Welcome to another episode of Denver Metal Things. Today we're going to go see Cadaver Audio, visit Ivan. He's going to show me his studio, and then we're going to watch a practice of his band Percipient. And right now we're at Out the Box. We're just going to check out this store, see what they have. They have toys and collectibles. So let's get to it.
Like double bass.
Out the Box is located in Thornton, which is about 20 to 30 minutes north of Denver. A lot of cool stuff in their store, but most of their stuff is 90s forward, so not a lot of the older vintage items. They have some video games, which is soft. Here's some t-shirts, and then they do have a full room dedicated to Pokemon. If you're into that, I think it's definitely worth checking out. They have both cards and figures. Here's The Last Action Hero, which is a movie from the 90s with Arnold Schwarzenegger. A lot of Ninja Turtle stuff, which I think is really cool too. Here's The Homies, which I haven't seen a huge selection of this anywhere, which is from 1998 forward. Here's a Senna McLaren F1 car. And there is a good selection of Spawn stuff. Spawn's always intrigued me because I like the comics. It is a little overwhelming with all the different options and different series. I think it's worth checking out if you're into Spawn. What we really wanted to find was some X-Files stuff, so we did find a Scully and Mulder at a really good price, probably about half of what you would spend at like Mile High Comics. They did have vinyl as well. And they also had Garbage Pail Kids at a really good price as well, $2 a card. Eve looks for those and specific ones. She happened to find her own name, Eavesdropping. So we ended up getting the two X-Files figures and the Garbage Pail card. It was a fun experience. There was a lot to look at, and I definitely recommend taking a trip out there.
Hey, this is James from Percipient. I do vocals.
Yeah, I'm Nero Romulus. I'm one of two guitarists.
Craig. Ivan. Can I ask you, guitarist, what do you use for distortion?
Just the amp.
Really?
Yeah. Just the amp. That's it.
It sounds really good.
When I play live, I have a little 15-watt head
Uh-huh.
that I use. Sounds great.
Because when you guys switch like from lead to like rhythm, you can't tell. So it's like it sounds really good.
I think that's like a lot of just balancing like effects pedals, because I think like when it all comes down to it, it's if you don't balance the volume on pedals.
And you use
It's
reverb on your
just
mellow, not just regular.
Yeah.
Traditional.
Yeah.
reverb.
What? So it's just reverb that you're using?
I use a shitload of reverb, man.
Is there a specific pedal?
Good old Walrus Audio, make good shit.
I've got an old Digitech RP1000 that I use primarily for effects, and that's about it.
And you just like pick the patches, different patches?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
and I'm able to turn it on. I use head distortion, so I'm able to turn it on
Yeah.
and off.
What tuning are you in?
B standard.
Okay.
Yeah, both of us play baritone. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Do you not like 7 strings? Is there like a reason?
I got mine set up as a baritone for 4
I believe the same string is just because
Mine's
the
set
lower
up like a
tuning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the
I
low.
I do the same thing. It's just like people are like, why don't you play a 7 string?
This is a new song, so you get to hear a new song.
Oh, okay, cool. Drums sound really good. Are you using triggers?
Yeah, I use drum triggers.
The D drum triggers? Is that
No, it is it's
I
called
see.
the.
I see them on there.
Well, I put them sometimes on the drums, so
Yeah.
just I can put low end, so it can go boom, boom,
Yeah.
because the guitars kill the whole drum set. But
Right.
today it was over trigger, so I turned it off. The only one I use for the kick is called the. It's funny. It's called the Picnic. Some. It's from like Czech Republic before the war.
Okay.
It's like a laser that goes. You put on the hoop on the top, and it comes down, and it shoots like a little laser. But
Really?
yeah, it's very like accurate. Because I
Yeah.
used to use everybody used the TM2, the
Uh-huh.
little macho for rolling. I could never make it sound good. It like keep double triggering.
Yeah.
With this one, pretty cool. It actually make you sound better because people think the triggers is cheating. It actually exposes you flaws. That's what I.
That's so
It's a
sensitive.
big debate about cheating or non cheating.
Yeah.
The people that and I do doubles. I do like so a lot of people think that when you put triggers, you just augmented the volume. It's like
Right.
guitar. Like you got an electric guitar, you plug it in, obviously, right?
What do you use for the snare?
The snare,
It's just the regular snare, no triggers or
it is a mic trigger, but it's not like a sounder. It's just like a mic.
Yeah.
And I just put a little bit low in again, so these guys don't kill the whole drums. Yeah, you can tell it's a Roland trigger, but it's got a mic function. I
Yeah.
turn off the trigger because it doesn't sound weird, like a robotic.
What's your kick pedal?
The Trick Dominator. This is the entry level one. A lot of people hate it because it's got this mechanism right here. This is the coil spring.
Yeah.
You can adjust it on the fly instead of the other ones having it on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
That's the thing they sold to me. Because
Do you actually adjust it on the fly?
yeah, because if you play in somebody else's drums,
Yeah.
the rebound is gonna be different. So that's what you need to adjust.
Right.
And yes, I love it on the fly. Sometimes it just comes loose on my head, start losing power, so I just adjust it immediately from it. But it's pretty good.
I'm set up as like a 5-string on a 4.
Oh yeah.
I don't have the high
Is that the
string.
dark glass?
Yeah, and I use the dark glass anagram. Actually, this is the patch I made. So that's the whole patch that
Oh
I'm using.
jeez.
So I'm going through 2 channels. I got a high channel and a low channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. And then I'm running through a dark glass 500 V2. This little 210 is just it's a beefy as hell.
Is there anything specific for vocals that you do or that you use?
I started off like doing, Chris Barnes style shit back in the
Yeah.
day. And now I just kind of made it my own. It's probably not the safest way to do vocals, but I put a lot of power behind it.
Yeah.
And I try and vary what I'm doing with kind of what the riffs are and what the drums are. So if it's kind of a more melodic part, I go a little higher. If it's heavier, I go
Lower.
way more deep and guttural if I can.
Do you think there's anything vocally that you do different in Percipient versus other bands you've been in?
Sing slower.
Slower?
Way deeper, way more guttural. Just because our music is mostly slower. My other band, Empyrean Eclipse, were more of a melodic death metal band, heavy melodic death metal
Yeah.
band. But the vocals and lyrics are faster on most of the songs, like just faster. And for that, you can't get too low, otherwise it's just gibberish. And I like to enunciate. That's something I always liked, is being able to be somewhat understandable even to people who don't listen to death metal. But sometimes it's easier said than done. But I've been told with this one, people understand me live, which is harder to do. So
Yeah, this is the control room
control
per
room.
se, where I control everything. I put everybody over there. I just get the whole sound mixing, mastering,
What are
playing
some of the
guitars.
bands you recorded?
I've
lately?
recorded recently, Berated, some like string hardcore noise band.
Yeah.
They come out pretty heavy as well. Right now we're tracking Thornton Existing album 2. We also doing the new Percipient and Lacerated. We recorded last year Chamber Mage
Okay.
from Colorado Springs, very power metalish. I recorded War Crown.
So Berated, I'm like slightly obsessed with them as a band. What's the distortion they use? It sounds
They
like
got
ridiculous.
their own actually very good sound. They use those old school pedals. What's it called? G2s, the bosses.
Yeah.
G2
The
some.
metal zone.
No, the other
Metal
ones.
zone.
The G2 something.
DOD.
It's a boss?
It's like a metal, like a pedal board that used to be back in the 90s, very huge.
Okay.
But we
Is it kind of like? Would you say it's kind of deicide like?
GT6 or GT8 or something.
GTA, something like that, but I don't remember. But they use bass cabinets for guitar, which
Okay, that makes
it
sense.
makes this sound like old Swedish thick.
Yeah.
So they didn't even use bass.
Oh, really?
No, because he has an emulator pedal that plays bass and guitar at the same time.
Yeah.
But for the recording, we added the actual bass, and I say we need a punch. You need a punch in with the bass, which actually we put a lot of overdrive on it, but still pretty thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to capture the sound because they say the last time they weren't able to capture most of the sounds.
Yeah, you could tell the new album sounds different than the previous.
Yeah, they were happy with them, and I'm like, I mean, if they want to capture the live sound, that's what we're gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Make them happy, and they were pretty happy and very easy to work with, to be honest.
Yeah.
The singer, Kaylin, she's crazy. She's, I mean, in a good way, like super good singer, really low vocals.
That does sound good.
Is there any prized equipment you have in your studio?
Yeah, I got a bunch of compressors right here and some preamps. My stuff over here, like mixers, as Alcala interfaces, and mostly some of digital. I used to use this console before, but if somebody really wants the traditional, a nostalgic sound, we can do it.
Yeah.
Like Chamber Mage wanted more of that, like 80s sound.
Do you use Pro Tools, by the way?
I use Studio One, Professional 7, I think. Studio One 7. I had it for over 10 years, so I'm used to it now.
I noticed like you have these on the bottom.
The first band, Cerberus, back in 98, 99. Another person that was in the band as well known in the industry now is Dave Otero.
Oh.
And I was playing guitar in that band.
What?
Me and Dave were the initiators of that band. Yeah, we even had an apartment together for a year or two.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, back in 99, 98. I think he just started with us, Cerberus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he decided to become a full-time producer, which is fine. He's doing great. And I learned a bunch of things from him. And he keep posting videos, and I pick a lot of stuff from him. He's on the Nail the Mix.
Percipient seems like it has this horror theme to it.
Yeah,
you guys like
is
big into that. Who came up with
the name was by Rich, the other guitarist. We were trying because the band we play some songs from another band. It used to be called Chrononox, and it's funny. Two of the guys that play in Chrononox, they started that band Old Deer.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Which guy's an Old Deer?
Matt, the singer.
Okay.
And the other guy, the two guitarists. Everybody goes with the Satanist or something. And I was like, we actually horror fans of movies, as you can see. And he said, we need some sort of theme. And he came out with Percipient. Percipient means somebody that studied the paranormal. And I thought it was pretty cool because I never heard any band called Percipient. So we like Google it and did our research. And we just decided to go with the name. And the theme immediately was like, this guy, the cover over there, right? This guy is a guy from England that does a lot of photograph art, and he sent me that picture, and I was like, that is a perfect haunted house picture.
Yeah.
So I actually purchased that from him a year prior to having the album, which is, I just wanted to have it because I didn't want it to be like sold.
Well, the thing is that, I don't know if you've been to downtown Denver a lot, but there's a lot of houses that look like that. So somebody that wasn't from Colorado and they came into Denver and like walked around and stuff, they'd be like, hey, did they pick a house from here?
I don't consider ourselves like traditional doom because people, when they talk about doom in Denver, they think it's doom, stoner doom.
Yeah, a lot of people associate doom in Denver with stoner doom.
Yeah.
When in fact what we do is death doom.
For Percipient, did you write some of the guitar riffs and stuff too?
I actually, believe it or not, I write most of the music. That's the Cerberus, and then we put out the second Cerberus album live on the top.
Right there.
That's Mr. Dave Otero and I. He actually recorded that, all of them. That's what the studio and flatline audio. And you can see over here that picture of us, like the 4-piece. And the funny,
right.
that picture was in Metamaniacs back in 1998. And they gave us crap. It's funny because they put it out. We sent it to them and they put it out, and they were saying that, oh, look at these guys. They're like pretending to play. That was actually a live show at the Octave.
Different for you.
And Dave Otero also played drums. He played in a hardcore band called Hostile Intent.
Yeah.
And I posted that I was looking for members to make a band, do a band like At the Gates and In Flames and Arch Enemy. But at the time, no one fucking even know what it was. And he replied, oh man, I love the same style. We started the band and like, who's gonna play drums? And we look at each other. Honestly, I don't want to play drums.
I don't want to do it.
I used to work in this restaurant as a busboy back in '98, and one dude that worked there, he said his roommate played drums, and he moved him from Boston. And I was like, man, check it out. And he told me that, oh, I can play like. I said, can you play like Slayer that fast? It's all we need. Oh yeah, I can play like Testament and Slayer. It's all we needed because we didn't want any brutal. We just tuka. And when he came and said, I play drums, and he actually did pretty well. I was very impressed. I was like, oh, okay, you want to play in the band? Sure. I remember we went to a show, and my old car had like a professional sound system with subwoofers, and we were busting the servers. It sounded super good, right? So the guys from Cephalic approached us, and he's like, who is this band? And like, oh, this is our band. We're from Boulder. And he's like, who recorded that? And they were like, I did that. No way, in Denver? Yeah, there's no studio that sound like that in Denver. Yes, they are. I do it. And they were super interested. They loved the sound. And that's why it started the whole thing. And Dave Otero recorded the Lucid interval.
Nice.
Whatever. That's how it exploded the whole thing.
Yeah.
At the time, no other studio would make that sound.
Thanks for watching. Thanks to Percipient. Thanks to Scott, Ivan, Rich, Craig, and James for including me in your practice. Everyone, please check out Percipient. I think you'll really enjoy their music if you're into metal. And you can also purchase their vinyl, which they hooked me up with. It has a cool white vinyl. Like this video, subscribe to Auricular Impalement, and I'll see you in the next one.